Well, good afternoon, everyone. Michael, Soothing here. I thought what I would show you today is an unboxing video of the gift Joanna got me for our 1-year anniversary. Very elaborate gift. She got me a telescope because she knows I've always wanted one for astronomical observation. So I'm going to get all the parts out of this thing and whoops, I gotta be careful, and then I will put it together later and show you the final result. But we'll do the unboxing together and figure out what parts are in this box. Okay, I'm gonna set it over on the bed where I have some space to work and then go from there. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, everybody, here's the nice big box that everything came in. This was a box within a box, so it's a clean box. It's not, the shipping box was outside this one. So yeah, I'm gonna change the angle just a little bit. There we go, so that you can see what we're gonna get out of this box. Let's find out what's in here. I don't know what this is, but we'll find out. I don't know what this is, but it's heavy. It's pretty heavy. So we'll check that out. Let's get all the boxes out first. All the small boxes of the component parts, and then we'll see. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? Oh, that just lifts right out. So I think we can open this. Pulling this out. Pulling this out. Open it like that. This must be the main reflector tube or refractor tube, as the case may be. I'm tempted to pop these, but I won't. I don't think that would be soothing and relaxing to you. Oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be way cool. We'll remove the protective outer wrap. Oh yeah, this is quite cool, guys. Looks like it's a 70700. Take this out of its protective wrap. Hopefully there's some instructions somewhere that will tell me how to put this thing together. You know, having been in aerospace and rocket science, I've always been interested in astronomy and the solar system, faraway places like galaxies, but I have never had a telescope of my own. I've just used binoculars to look at the moon, things like that. Ah, that's cool. I think it's a 3 or 4 inch refractor, but we'll check and see on the instructions. Put the protective thing back on the tube there. I'll put this over here. This must be the tripod base. So if you'll hold on a second, I'll take this out. We'll move the main box out of the way. All that racket that you hear outside is just the wind chimes doing their wind chimey thing because there's a breeze coming. Oh yeah. This is the tripod base. Right here. Here's a heavy part. I don't know what's in here. It might be the part that the scope sits on. I'll peel this out. There we go. Everything is very well packaged and wrapped, it would appear. Oh, I think this might be the eyepiece. The primary eyepiece. Let's see. It is the eyepiece. You look into this right here. You're going to have a lot of crinkles in this video, so I hope that you like the crinkling kind of video if you're watching this one. Yeah, that's cool. Joanne tells me in the reviews you can also shoot a photo that somehow this will interface with an iPhone. So we'll see if that's possible or not. Let's take out the base out of its protective wrapping. I don't think anything was damaged in transit. There's no large impact marks or anything on the box. That's always good to check for when you first get something that's more of a delicate item, a breakable item. This is pretty sturdy, but things could still be damaged, you know. Here's a nice tripod base. It's good and heavy duty, and it's got a nice stainless steel legs. I can feel a real smooth action here. It doesn't bind when I open and close it, and I can tell it's a very solid kind of base mount for the telescope itself. So I think this will work very well from what I'm gathering so far. We'll put that there. I'm going to have a lot of cardboard to take care of here at the end. Alright. This looks like some hardware to put part of the stuff together. I'm not going to do the assembly part on this video because even though I had a career in rocket science, I'm terrible with mechanical assembly and I don't want to embarrass myself. My segment of the business was electronics, RF electronics that goes on the spacecraft, not the mechanical part. Of course, I had to be involved in some mechanical engineering issues because I looked at so many different types of things. This is part of the base that sits on the tripod right here. So I think so far I haven't come across any instructions, but I'm sure there will be some eventually. I know I could figure it out if I had to do so, but I'd rather follow the instructions if possible when it comes to this kind of thing. In other areas in life, I just like to dive right in and not follow instructions and be a renegade, but for this, we'll fall. So we'll pull this little tab out and see what's in here. It's something quite heavy, as I mentioned before, but I'm not quite sure what. Part of the mounting base or something. Let's see if we can shake that out of there. Yep. Yeah, this is a heavy part of the mounting. Telescope has to be really firm because the slightest jiggle is going to make your observation object jump all around. So you need everything to be firm and solid. I don't know how this goes on exactly, but we'll figure it out. And I'll show you the final result later. I think I have one more little box to open here. So let's see what's in this one. I don't think that sound is particularly ASMR-ish. Might have to edit it out. There we go. Got that one open now. Let's see what's in here. I think it's various eyepieces and things that you can use with the telescope. 10 millimeter. Yeah. Sometimes they come with doublers and triplers to make for more magnification. Put that there. Some more mounting hardware. With something. I have no idea. But I'm sure it does something important. Put that there. This looks like the spotter scope. You mount this on the side of the telescope and you use this little mini scope to get your object in view at a lower magnification, and that way at the high magnification it's easier to get the object because it blows it up so big that it's almost impossible to find through the telescope itself. You use the little spotter scope for that. Another eyepiece, I think there's different. Yeah, here, this one's 30 millimeter. Put that there. I think this is a mirror that converts so that you can see, look straight down into the scope to see what you're seeing instead of getting down on the end of it and stooping way down. It bounces at 45-degree angle mirror so you can look from the top. Makes it easier to view your object. And some kind of control knobs here. Interesting. I didn't find any assembly instructions, so I'm going to have to put my video into stop mode and hunt around and see if I can find instructions. And then we'll come back at the very end. I'll show you the finished product after I build it, which could take me days given my lack of mechanical aptitude. And then, you know, when we have clear skies, I'll tell you whether I have been able to spot anything outside using this. If I can figure out how to get an iPhone photo, that would be even better. All right. So I think we'll take a pause on this now and come back when we can. All right. Now we are back. And as you can see behind me, I was able to assemble this telescope. Although it took much longer than you might expect, because the instructions, given that it's manufactured in China, left a lot to be desired. They call things by odd names. An adjustment knob, for example, like this, if you're going to adjust, say, ascension or something like that, they call it a cable. Okay, it's not a cable, but that's what they call it. It's a knob. And they have many strange definitions for things that way. They call the tripod legs something else, like bolts, you know, stuff like that. The bolts that hold the tripod, the bolts that hold the base. But anyway, the way I managed to finally put it together was I completely ignored all the instructions, none of which made the slightest bit of sense, and just did it by looking at the photo and using common sense. And in that way, I was able to get through it. Luckily, they did have a breakdown of the constituent parts, even though they're not labeled with names that you would normally use for many of them. This is the pamphlet that came with it, Astronomical Telescope. And it's really pretty cool. So I put it together today, took it outside, and used it to look at Mars, which is a really bright object in the sky at the moment that has a massive dust storm going on. So I thought, you can't see the dust storm in this telescope, but you can see the bright yellowish orange ball that is Mars. So that was cool. Yeah, they called it flexible cables, the adjustment knobs, which are rigid and knobbish, not flexible. Anyway, they have a few interesting things. Aligning the finder scope, I did that part by looking at a house way off in the distance on a mountain, as they say in the Philippines. And that's very difficult to get the finder scope, the little one, you know, that little guy over there, to get that to line up with the big scope is quite difficult. But I finally got it pretty well aligned, so it's working okay for me now. Here they show you a celestial sphere to give you an idea how to find things out there in the cosmos. You know, it shows declination and ascension and celestial North Pole and the North Star, which is Polaris, you know, how to find that stuff. But basically you need a sky map for that. There's a lot of good apps now that you can get for your Android or iPhone. So I'll use an app to find things. I can probably even show you. I have a little film on my phone. Let's take a peek and see what it looks like. It's called Star Tracker Lite. There's the icon Star tracker light. This never adjusts right, of course. The light from this is wrong as far as white balance. It even plays a little bit of music. I'll turn it down though. It's calibrating right now. Tilt the screen to calibrate. You have to roll it all around like this. So we're going to calibrate. Roll the ball around the circle. I'm rolling the little ball around the circle. It stopped rolling. So I'm not quite sure what to do next. Maybe it's not going to work for me. I don't know why it's making me calibrate, because it never did that before. After once I calibrated, it was fine. And now it won't let me get out and cancel. Oh, here we are. Oh, they have ads now. And it costs 99 cents to remove the ads. But anyway, you can see this will show you whatever direction you point the phone, it's going to show you what's there as you point it. I'm not sure it's working. All right, let's try this again. I'll show you star tracker light. Whatever direction I point this, it's going to show you the constellations. There's the Scorpion, which is Joanne, by the way. She's the Scorpion Ann. And whatever direction I point the phone, it's going to show me what's in the sky there, you know. Not that light fixture, that's not in the sky. But these stars and constellations are, so that's kind of interesting. It's a way I can find things. So I'll turn that off now. It was still trying to play eerie space music. I dropped my pamphlet. Alright, so anyway, calculating the power. It came with two lenses that can be used for magnification. A 20 millimeter, which is 45 power, and then a, let's see, what's the other one? I don't know what the other one is. I used the 45 power to start off with. I haven't tried the high power. But anyway, I was able to see Mars. So when the moon gets up there and is observable, the fog rolled in on me just after we checked out Mars. So I couldn't continue tonight, but on another night I'll see if I can get a photograph of the moon, features of some kind. Alright, using the telescope. With the telescope aligned on the pole, you're ready to start your observation. First, you must choose an object that is easy to find. The moon, basically. But it's not up tonight, so we used Mars. Observe the object of your choice, with the object perfectly centered in the finder scope crosshairs. Tighten the RA and declination knobs. Back down again. Whatever that means. They never told us to adjust them up. Anyway, the object should now be visible somewhere within the field of vision affording to the main telescope. Then, using the eyepiece, center the object and precisely focus the image by turning the focusing knob. Anyway, never mind all that. Avoid, here's the important part, avoid touching the eyepiece during observation using the telescope. You would bump the telescope out of alignment to the object you're looking at, and especially don't put your finger on the lens of the eyepiece. But anyway, I don't think we're going to do too much more reading in this because I might bore you. And even though the object of this video is to bore you to sleep, I like to put a little something in it that's interesting at the same time. So, suffice it to say, I enjoyed doing my project of the day, de jour. I have other projects too. And until next time, don't ASMR and drive. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.